You have 50,000 words on the page. Some of them you may keep, most of them you're probably going to throw out. Let's talk about editing and revising today. Hi, I'm Coach Aisha, and my mission is to mobilize you, the Christian writer, in sharing your unique voice with the world. I will be bringing you writing tips and godly encouragement. Before we get started, I do want to mention that I have a free 5-day bootcamp that you can join by clicking the link in the description box. So let's recap where we've been so far in this series. We've talked about understanding the writing process, how to brainstorm, and how to outline. We've also talked about how to get started writing. Now we've come to the point where it's time to edit our writing. Even if you decided to hire someone to edit your writing, you're still going to need something that they can work with. If you're going to share your writing with the world, you want it to be enjoyable, right? You want to share something that people will be able to get the story. They'll be able to get the heart behind the story. Because of that, we need to clean up our writing. We want people to hear our voice in what we're trying to say. And sometimes it may feel like it's very tedious and it's a lot of work, but it's really worth it in the end. So let's talk about editing. Editing is checking your grammar, it's checking your spelling, it's making sure that you have sentence structure that is understandable. Revising, this is the fun part to me. This is where you're actually building your story. You're making your characters more relatable. You are finding ways to show God and how He is working on the characters in your story. This is where you truly, truly want to listen for God and His instruction, His wisdom. I honestly believe when I am editing, God has shown me where He wants to work with my characters and show His love through my stories. So, I'm going to share with you some ideas on how to get started with the editing and revising process. First, just like in writing, try sprints. Try 15 minutes of editing at a time. In one of your sprints, just focus on getting your spelling corrected. In another sprint, focus on sentence structure. Are your sentences making sense? I know this can feel like a daunting task, but you want to make sure that your voice is shining through in your writing. Even if you have to do a million rewrites, and yes, I know that's exaggerating, but sometimes you have to rewrite a lot to get your voice to shine through. You always, always want to protect the integrity of your voice, but you want to make sure that your writing is cleaned up and that it is enjoyable for others to read. And what I want to say about rewrites, don't allow others to take your voice away. You always want your voice to be present when you're writing. God has given you a vision that is specifically tailored to you. So it should be your voice that they hear when they read your work. In the writing video, we talked about writing by word count. When it comes to editing, you would want to look more at page count. Think about, can you edit maybe 1 or 2 pages a day? If you're very ambitious, could you edit 5 pages in a day? That would give you 25 pages in a week? You want to edit consistently so that you can get your project completed. So don't make it a heavy load that you have to work through. I don't know if I expressed enough how much of a fan I am of timers in my last video, but even when it comes to editing, a timer can be just as beneficial. So maybe you set a timer while you edit. Maybe you say, I'm just going to edit for 30 minutes today. And you set the timer and you get it done. For some reason, setting a timer turns on this switch in my brain. That timer is kind of helping me to set a mini goal, and it gets me to the point where I just focus on what I have to do and I just start working. My brain just goes into work mode, and I guess it's just a challenge that my brain needs. Just like when we set time for writing, we set up our work environment so that it can be distraction free. We should do the same for editing. Find that distraction free place where you can work. You can set your timer and work consistently on your project. Now, I know some of us may say, you know what, this editing and revising, it's not for me. So I want to give you other ideas that can help you too. In your word processing document, usually there's always that spell check that's already there. I would definitely say use that. Click on those little squiggly lines or blue lines or red lines, whatever they are. And those are usually going to tell you if you spelled a word incorrectly. There are also sites out there like Grammarly that can help you with editing as well. And let's not forget, if you have family or friends that are willing to help out, I would suggest take that help. Find a trusted family member or friend that can give you feedback on your writing. And of course, if you feel like this editing process is going to be way too much and it's going to stop your progress, you can always go to websites like Upwork and Fiverr, and they have people who specialize in editing. So let's summarize what we've talked about. What is editing and revising? It's cleaning up your work. It's making sure that your work is enjoyable for others to read. Some ideas on getting editing and revising done: you can do sprints and you can edit by page count. Don't forget your timer. Working by a timer is one of my favorite ways to help me get my work done. Also, have your distraction-free environment where you can work. And if the editing process is too much for you, explore your other options. Find a trusted family member or friend. Use websites like Grammarly, or if you just need to have someone else do it all together, find someone who works in editing who can help you get your project completed. And if you haven't been able to get started, I have a free 5-day bootcamp that is available to you in the description box. It will help you get started today. I hope this video was helpful for you. Please let me know in the comments, where are you at in the writing process? I want to celebrate you and I want to celebrate with you. I am so excited to be on this writing journey with you. I will talk with you soon.